studio because I was like, ooh, I mean, I gotta. Somebody saw like Whitney, and anyway, when I got there and saw that, they had the differences. First of all, Mariah writes, and I've just in always have been in awe, not of just of her singing ability, but the fact that she writes her own song. Mariah's had 19 number ones and has written 18 of them. So I want to say that's a record for a woman, maybe
Mm.
even more than Diane Warren. So that's, that pen game is just bananas. And even when we were like really young, she would just be coming up with these words. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She has this song that says, it's hard to fathom looking in someone else's eyes. And I said, it's hard to what to phantom. She said, no, fathom.
Oh,
I said, we don't use that in South Carolina. So, we just say it's hard to believe. So, but she just has a way of
oh,
saying words that just wouldn't be the regular thing. 'Cause she could have easily said, it's hard to believe.
uh,
Look at this, or whatever, whatever. But she would just come up with these words, and I would just be like, wow. So Mariah really has influenced me definitely as a writer. I really, really had some good songs with Red, but then something happened when I signed with Sony, and the manager that we had at the time he went up there tripping, and I
oh, not
suppose
Gene
he went,
Griffin.
not Gene, another guy. And he went up there and with a bat and all that kind of shit. Like
Wow.
I went into the president's office. He was like, either you going or he gotta go. And I was like, see you later. And no, I mean seriously, it was like not a good look.
Wow.
You ain't about to mess me up with these good white people. Anyway, look, y'all forgive me. I am such a clown. Hey, we in business now?
Yes, you can see and hear you.
Yeah, man, how you doing?
Doing great, doing great. And I know that we try to get this in December, but you were busy touring, so
Right, exactly. We were, oh my goodness, all over the place, to be honest with you. Back in December, Mariah Carey has a really big Christmas following. So every year we do Christmas performances. I actually still sing with Mariah.
oh my
So,
goodness.
yeah, after all this time,
Oh
but
Lord.
we,
See.
we we enjoy it. It's like a family affair at this point. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. But Christmas is over now, or there's still a few all I want for Christmas is that over
Yeah,
now?
no, no, it's completely over. But you know what? Let me tell you something. Um, All I Want for Christmas is the biggest selling single ever in Japan. And
Wow.
we're going to Japan in a few months, so it could be June, and they want to hear All I Want for Christmas.
Oh goodness. Okay.
They want to
Wow.
hear it. Yes, exactly.
Wow, good. But how do you balance doing that? And I think many of us would be surprised because I said as an entrepreneur, but you do you're a realtor as well. So how do you balance the career and that element of your professional?
Well, I won't say it's easy, and it seems that one always seems to suffer just a little bit. But I've been fortunate enough to have some amazing clients, and I can actually work with them, you know, over the phone or like a liaison. If it's some kind of legal stuff, it's I'm just a pro. And to be honest with you, we generally don't start working with Mariah and going to rehearsal until the afternoons. So I generally have the morning to eat breakfast and do a little business and that kind of thing, and then go do the touring and the music.
Well, how did you get into real estate? Because I guess, and I'm going backwards, but it just felt like this is how I wanted to start. But how did you get into real estate?
Well, My mother, after she was a teacher, after she retired from teaching, she was like, I'm sitting around the house. I can't just do this. So she actually opened up residential care homes, which help, older people that might not have family. Either the family can't be there with them, but, just older people that might be alone. And she had these homes where, it was like a big family. I'd go and sing for them all the time. And they were just a lot of cool people, at that time. But she had a few homes. So anyway, during the pandemic, she needed help. So I was basically driving Miss Daisy, and I was her chauffeur at that time. And there was an issue with one of her tenants. She actually has some rental properties. And I was like, I really wish that I knew a little bit more knowledge about this. So, what I think I'm going to do since I have this extra time, I'm going to go get my real estate license. I was thinking more so like for investing, but while I was taking all the classes, the young lady that was the teacher said, you have a personality where you can sell stuff. You have a trusting kind of a thing. I said, well, I'm not a kid, right? You know what I'm saying? I definitely don't want to steer anyone in the wrong direction. So I find what I have found that I actually enjoy seeing someone get that expression when they realize I am literally on my way to building generational wealth. And that's really what home ownership is. A house generally appreciates quicker than any other thing.
Mm.
And where I live, there are a lot of programs that people don't know about. They're not really advertised. So, I just want to get the word out. And that actually brings me back to why I'm kind of doing music. I hadn't done music in a really long time. I hadn't been inspired. And I was like, you know what? Since I'm always meeting people, at the behind after the show with Mariah backstage is what I was trying to think. Backstage, people are like, well, when you gonna put out a new project? And they've been saying this to me for years. So I'm like, you know what? It would actually make sense if I were to put something out. I'd have a bigger audience to reach people, and I'm just going to partner with lenders. Those are people that can assess where you are in the process of buying a home, check your credit score, that type of thing, and help people that way. So when you come see Trey Lorenz perform, you're going to also be able to get a house. Yes,
Oh, goodness.
but that's kind of how I got into that, and it's just been a great journey. I've really enjoyed it. I found another passion, honestly.
Wow. So this is like the Best Buy of real estate because you go in for a show and come out with a house. I've heard Best Buy, they'll sell the
Yeah.
CD for $9, but you go come out with a with a microwave as well. Like
Exactly. I never thought of it like that, but precise, like, hey, it can be done. Yes.
wow. It- but then I mean, in fact, your mum is your mum still managing her residential stuff and her apartments and everything?
She slowed down a little bit, but my mom is very headstrong. She knows what she wants, and she wants to do what she wants to do. So
Wow.
she's still doing it. I'm from South Carolina, actually. So that's where she is. I'll go down there, when I go to check on her and help her out with a few things. And, I'm like, well, I'm here to help you do this. And she's like, no, I got it. I got it. So I'm like, okay. What am I supposed to say? You know what
Oh,
I'm saying? Yeah,
wow.
but
Is there, I mean, I guess just, I mean, for those who are watching and I know it's, the reason I started doing this back during the pandemic, really, I'm a mental health therapist and I recognize that people of color, not just in the US, the UK, around the world, we don't take care of our mental health. So
right.
part of all our journey is to really almost promote mental well-being. But also, I guess some of the things you're talking about generational wealth, I noticed that that's something that has kept the community, Black community, out in the Western world back because we've got it's almost like a 300-year back that's false starts where we're just playing catch up. I
Right.
mean,
It's-
how hard is it for those of color to get lenders to say, okay, we're going to give you money to buy a property and to get out of that mentality of you're staying in the projects, you're going to have to always live there and pay rent because that's how it has always been.
well, the thing, to be honest with you, it's a lack of knowledge. Like they say, knowledge is power. You
Mm.
don't know what you don't know. So it's almost like an initiative that I want to educate people. Because to my point, when I started taking these classes, I didn't even know that they had different programs to help you get into houses that help you with down payment assistance. Like in America here, people think that maybe they have to pay off a hospital bill or certain bills before they can get into a home. They generally the excuse I generally hear is that I don't have enough money for a down payment, or my credit score is not good. So, that's what a lender would be able to do. I look at it as baking a cake. They'll give you the ingredients, and all
Mm.
you got to do is follow the recipe. And they can get you up to a certain point because it's really not what people imagine. Now, I don't know with this current administration what's going on. If they're slashing things like crazy. So I'm hoping that we can still afford houses and
Yeah.
whatnot. But again, generally people just don't know about the programs that they have out there. So that will be one of the things. I just want to get that information out there. In addition to that, let me mention this as well. Um, we've started this nonprofit. It's called Gifts, Gifting Instruments for Talented Students. And that's going to be for kids that are maybe a little underprivileged or can't afford instruments. They might be interested in music, but can't afford an instrument or can't afford lessons for piano or something like that. So we're going to be doing drives and initiatives like, just to get people out. Because a lot of times people will have an instrument laying around in their house from years ago and just gathering dust. So
Mm.
it'll be an opportunity for you to bring in stuff like that. It's just sitting around the house. You'll be able to get a tax credit for it, so you
Okay.
can help yourself while you're helping someone else. And we're gonna, we're trying to locate kids. We're gonna be speaking with different schools and seeing kids that would like to be a part of even rap lessons and stuff like that. We've got a lot of people that we've been speaking with. So that's another thing that I'm really passionate about and
How, c-
helping kids with
how
that.
can
Yeah.
people get in touch or to find out more where they can donate? Where can they find that out?
Listen, I'm going to have all that up on my website. So y'all go to treylorenz.com. It'll have my merchandise. I don't have any of my dates up there now. Maybe I'll put Mariah stuff because I'm generally singing duets with her. So maybe I'll put up her schedule, which is our schedule as well. But again, my goal with putting this solo music out is so that between shows with her, I'm not giving up my gig with Mariah. I love it. So I'm gonna be doing solo stuff. I'm gonna be singing with her. We just gonna do it up.
Okay.
I plan to be really busy,
Wow.
in the future. But I will definitely have all that up on the website. It will also
Okay.
have all my social media handles and merchandise. Did I say that already?
Yeah.
Music, I'm gonna probably do a lot of the posting of some of the music because right now I'm just doing it independently. And I've got some companies that I've been speaking with, but as of now, I kind of want to just build my own thing because I really want to get the knowledge of what's going on. The music industry is so completely different from when
Mm.
I started in the 90s that I'm just like, what is going on here? I didn't even want to get on social media, man. I had to be dragged onto social media. Listen, I can reach out to Michael Jackson and all these people. You see Michael, where's Michael? He's in one of these pictures back here
Yeah, no,
on
yeah.
website. I think that's them down there.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I can see me have right, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow. I got a lot of my old people that my older
Okay.
classic stuff that I love listening to in the background. Yeah, but I definitely plan to have everything up on
Okay.
treylorenz.com. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Halftime Chat. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. But most importantly, why don't you become a member of Halftime Chat? We've got amazing videos, amazing perks, and being able to support the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.
I never participated in that kind of.
And somewhere in between
us for even loving us, on which I didn't miss you with.
What was it like growing up?
she's still making an impact on 4 houses down.
I have a couple of pieces.
Trying to get this one and that one.
That works for you, but just for me, I promise. Gabe.
No. Okay.
They don't understand what Jonas Boys is winning all spirits.
Play it.
And all these guys, they all work together.
I mean, I love all different genres.